Hey ladies, got a minute here. Just finished my workout at work, and we don't have any calls going on right now, so I hope you girls all made it up safe up there to Lake Geneva, and you're having a fun time so far. And we'll go ahead and get through with this questionnaire. Question number 1. When and where was your first kiss? So I believe our first kiss, if I remember correctly, was at Katie's apartment. I was on her couch. We were getting ready to watch a movie, and she kind of came up to me and she actually asked me, "Hey, are you okay if I cuddle?" To kind of do the old awkward like arm stretch with your arm, making sure that, you know, like making things less awkward. And I think it was during that movie when she asked me if I could cuddle with her, that's when we had our first kiss. I know specifically, I always talk about how there was a lot of times on both the second and the third date that I wanted to kiss her. I felt like she wanted me to kiss her, but I was like, oh, Catholic match girl, how do I, like, is this even right? Am I supposed to kiss her? Like, is this too early? So, it was probably I feel like maybe a week or so into dating that we first kissed. Question number 2, when was the first time we held our hands? So I think while this isn't quite, as exciting as a kiss, I think it was maybe the second date. I think we went to Mass, or it may have been the third date, because I think second date was at Blown Up Pizza Co. doing the like Top Golf type stuff, and then we had done but the third date when we went to Mass together, and then we went on a walk around Clearwater Park, and that was kind of, we were just walking next to each other, and I was like, oh, I'll grab out and reach her hand and hold her hand. So that was the first time we held hands, which preceded the first kiss, obviously. What is Katie's best characteristic and why? Question number 3. I think Katie's best characteristic is her ability to communicate. She is with her job and whatnot, she has a great understanding of communication, and I'm so thankful that she's taught me, this ability to communicate, share her feelings, acknowledge her feelings, and try to empathize with her feelings. I think that's something I've always kind of struggled with, and us as men always struggle with. Maybe those ladies in the room who have significant others can attest to this. That we're problem solvers. I jump on the ambulance. I try to, fix somebody who has chest pain or who's having breathing difficulties. I want to fix them. I don't want to understand how they're feeling. So she's really good at communicating that with me, and I think that's probably one of her best characteristics. Her ability to communicate, and then also I feel like she's very caring. She's definitely loves me deeply and always seems to care for me with whatever I do. So. Question number 4. How does Katie like her eggs? So this is kind of funny because I feel like since we started dating, I've really gotten into the Gordon Ramsay kind of thing. And so I always kind of pull up the Gordon Ramsay video and I'm making eggs for her, specifically the scrambled eggs. And so I think she likes the way that I make the scrambled eggs for her through Gordon Ramsay. But when it comes to her actual favorite cooked egg, I think it's over easy. So she likes my scrambled eggs the way I do it to Gordon Ramsay, but it's definitely I think her style that she likes is over easy. Question number 5. What's your favorite memory together? I don't want to be cliche, but I think our favorite memory together, at least from my perspective, is our engagement. It was really cool to have a couple of you girls there, to kind of get all of our family there, and being able to do something that we both like doing. That she would go climbing and hiking and kayaking and stuff like that. Even to the point at the end when she was like really upset that I wanted to, why are you so frustrated about taking the video or the SD card out of your camera to record this? So, but that was such a great time, such a great memory, and it was probably one of our favorites together. I think in the last year though, outside of that, it's probably probably the motorcycle trip we took together. There's a lot of struggles there, but we spent a week together in our camper, and even in the lodge, and that was kind of a fun trip together. And it's, I think, how she would answer maybe the motorcycle trip we took together. Number 6, what does Katie spend the most money on? So I feel like this is kind of a tied question, and I'm probably gonna go with, I was thinking maybe her clothing, but I think if I had to make an actual guess, I would say her plants. She's a big plant person, and I really think she likes to do gardening and things like that. So I feel like out of all the hobbies that she has, it's probably spending money on her plants. And then actually more recently, I mean, it's kind of our combined money, but the wedding, spending a lot of money on the stuff for the wedding. So question number 7, what is Katie's favorite drink? So it depends. I think typically speaking alcoholic wise, well, she likes tea a lot. Well, if we're not going to do alcohol wise, that's probably her favorite drink that's non-alcoholic, tea. But speaking of alcohol, she's definitely a wine drinker. Wine's probably her favorite drink. However, if we're speaking like wine versus like other drinks, I would say she's a mule girl, Moscow Mule. So wine probably first, alcoholic, and then Moscow Mule second. So question number 8, what is your biggest pet peeve about each other? So first, what is Katie's biggest pet peeve about me? So I think Katie's biggest pet peeve about me, well, maybe we'll start off with what my biggest pet peeve is about her. Let's do that. I think my biggest pet peeve about Katie is that she likes to comment on my driving when I'm driving. Well, yes, we had an incident here recently in the last week where I was driving and I got a little bump on her. She always just kind of screams at me while I'm driving, and it's kind of one of my bigger pet peeves about me. And I think the other way around, her biggest pet peeve about me is my lateness. I'm always seem to be really tardy. I think it's maybe a thing about the Dunnings in general, and how I don't have very good punctuality. I think that's one of her big pet peeves about me. She has some other pet peeves, but I'm gonna keep those too. Myself, if you know what I mean. Number 9, what is your favorite thing to do together? I think my favorite thing to do with her is probably, I think it's probably just to be together. With work and whatnot, my 48s, and be together, and specifically out in the outdoors. Whether that means, we're camping, which is, I think one of our more recently shared favorite activities with each other. Or going on walks, just being able to do something that she likes to do. It's one of her love languages, spending quality time together. And so because she really loves it, I love that too. I think outside of that, yeah, probably one of our favorite things to do together is spending time, and especially in the outdoors, like camping and whatnot. So, I'm gonna sip of that protein drink. Number 10. Who said I love you first and when? So I want to say, I can't remember when. I feel like it was maybe 2 or 3 days before we started, or I asked her out to be my girlfriend. And it maybe even been after that, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure that she said I love you first. Because I feel like it was something I've always, I don't want to be the first one to use the L word, so to say. So I'm pretty sure she said I love you first, or I said I really like you, or I love doing things with you, but I think she was maybe the person who said I love you. So number 10, I think 10, yep. Or maybe number 11. What is the most romantic thing Chris has ever done for Katie? So this one might be a stumper. or it's kind of a stumper for me. I think the most romantic thing that I've ever done for Katie, that she might say, was our 6-month date. It was a surprise date, and there was some bad outcomes from that date, like bed bugs, unfortunately. But it was a surprise date, and we first went to go get pedicures together, and then we went to go get a back massage together, and then we stayed at this really nice fancy hotel that was kind of like a caving, and it was just kind of, we were able to complete one of our date nights together. So I just felt like that was probably a really romantic experience, that we got to do a bunch of things all together that were very romantically involved. That's what I would probably say, that I think she would think my romantic, or I would think that her most romantic thing is for her. So otherwise I can't think. What are we on, number 12 or number 13? What does Katie find, I think it's number 12, what does Katie find the most attractive about Chris? That's an easy one. She always says my butt. It's never something that I really thought about, but I tend to work out a lot, hence I'm in my workout clothes right now. And yeah, that's I think what she says is the most attractive thing about me. So number 13, what is Katie's favorite late night snack? So I'm gonna go with the one that she usually craves about, which is chocolate cake. Usually it's like late night, and I mean, she does tea every night, usually, but when it comes to snack, like she's always asking about, I want chocolate cake, give me chocolate cake. And now it's to the point that I have a chocolate cake frozen or saved in my freezer, so we always have chocolate cake on hand if she needs it. Just got to get one for her fridge. Number 14, how many kids does Katie want? So I think Katie's answer for this would probably be like 3 to 4. I think it's 3. I feel like my answer is probably how many the Lord provides for us, but I think 4 for myself, honestly, because that way, you know, you could always have a chance to have 2 girls and 2 boys. Not that that happens, but I think it's definitely more appreciated when you have, you know, 2 siblings of the same sex. So I always felt left out as the only boy, girls, Kylie and Michaela. So, but I still appreciate the relationship that I have with them. Love you, girls. Number 15. What does Katie want to make her first child? Or what does Katie want to make her first child? I know we talked about trying to start having kids next year, but it says boy and girl name, and I have no clue. I feel like I think maybe the best, what I could think is for names would be some sort of saint name. I think we have a really strong Catholic faith together, and just being able to incorporate a saint name. I really like the name Knox for a boy, or Max for a boy, but I think being able to incorporate a saint's name would be really cool into the first child. And last but not least, any last word for Katie? Katie, I'm so happy you're up there having a great time with all your friends this weekend. We talked about the other day how it feels like, you know, we kind of just wish the wedding could happen now. You know, we still have like 4 months and counting, you know, 5 months and counting still, and it feels like we just wish it could come and be over already. So because of all this planning, and we're excited to get married and spend move in together and spend the rest of our lives together. So Katie, I'm so thankful you said yes to be my future wife. I'm so happy that we get to spend every day together that I'm not working. I'm so thankful too that you're very understanding to my lack of communication and my job, and how hard it is to be a wife and a mother of somebody who's in the fire service, who works sometimes up to 48 plus hours straight. And so yeah, I hope you girls have a fun time this weekend. Stay safe. I hope you enjoy your time on the boat tomorrow, if you're watching this on Friday. And I love you, and I can't wait to see you when you come home on Sunday, and then go to the Dells next weekend. Have a great rest of your trip, girls, and we'll see all of you at the wedding in October. Woot, woot, woot.